guys, welcome to another episode of the Franco Dinh Show. Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. It feels like it's been weeks, or it probably has been weeks. 2 weeks?
A couple, yeah.
It's our latest one. Yeah. Excited to be back, and I don't know, ready to get this going.
So hit me with a Franco update. How was the holidays?
It was really fun. We were in Washington. It was for 7 days. It was kind of too long for me. I was ready to get back home on the 5th or 6th day. But it was fun to be around Brian's family like we always are on Christmas. And then, actually, my little sister was in town too, from Boston. I see her like once a year. So when we got back, her and her fiance ended up staying with me for a couple days. So that was exciting. Hung out with her and the whole fam after that. And then getting back in the swing of things with work and everything. But it was good to see her. They get married in October. So
nice.
Yeah.
I bet it's freezing in Boston right now. I never look at it, but my sister used to live in Boston. And every time she talked about it, all I could think of was just freezing temperatures.
Yeah, it's pretty cold, but she's kind of used to it. She lived in Chicago for a little bit and Boston. So
Man, is your sister a polar bear? All right.
She
Anything
just
else in the Franco update for us?
Not really. New Year's was good. I'm into every single year I do dry January. So this month, no drinking, which isn't hard at all anymore. It used to be like, oh my gosh, I can't take this, month. But like, I feel like for the half of 2024, the end half, I really stopped drinking a lot, actually. Cut it out. Not entirely, but I probably drank like, I don't know, 10 times, a handful of times in the last like 6 months of 2024. So it's good. Get back on track after the holidays and stuff. So I'm excited about that. But that's it. All I really have for you guys on my update.
Well, that brings us into the Cromford Report. Let me go ahead and pull that up for us. There we go.
Yeah, so many things happened the last 2 weeks with all of this. So we have active listings down from last month, about 2,000 down. We have days on market has increased a little more to 76 days on average. And then we have the Cromford Market Index creeping back up to a balanced market. So balanced market is 90 to 110. We're at 89.6. So that's good news.
Almost balanced.
Yeah, that's good to see because we've been in a buyer's market for the past like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to see who's on top.
Yeah.
Paradise Valley keeps moving around a bunch.
So this is quarterly median sales price. So right now we're at 427.5 for Q4 of 2024. It's kind of remained steady between like 2022 and 2024. Let's see, what is that? Q2 of 2022, we were at 450. But now it's that. But this is the greater Phoenix area as well. So let's see. So I get a question a lot of like, will prices drop? And in December, we actually saw an increase in prices, not a decrease.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. So this is from last week, December 26th. We have Fountain Hills that remains up top. Chandler, Tempe, Paradise Valley, Scottsdale, Phoenix, Gilbert, Glendale, Avondale, those 9 top cities right here, all in a seller's market, which you see a lot of green, which is really good. That means it's moving up towards a seller's market. So that's good to see as well. Cave Creek, Mesa, Peoria, all in a balanced market. And then Goodyear, Surprise, Queen Creek, Maricopa, and Buckeye, all in a buyer's market. So the Cromford Market Index for all area and types managed to claw its way back. It's at 89.6, which a balanced market we know is 90 to 110. So we're right on the cusp right there, which is great news. However, underlying trends are still poor for sellers. The main reason for the slight rise in the CMI, the low point being 86.6 in early December, is the drop in supply caused by sellers taking their homes off market for the holiday. The likelihood of seeing these homes again are high. They should probably be active soon in the next couple weeks. It would have been more positive if demand had increased, but it has not. The Cromford Market Demand Index is now down from 77.1 to 76.6. Another discouraging sign for sellers is that contract ratio has dropped to 27.5. The contract ratio shows the balance between homes under contract and homes available to buy. And it's telling us that we have too many listings for the current level of demand. And for sellers to do well, we know we need more demand or less supply or both. What sellers can look forward to is the spring buying season. And for us, that runs from mid-January to May. Last season, during this time of year, we saw an 83% increase in sales. Last year in 2024, we saw a 83% increase in contracts. So that's a good sign. If mortgage rates decline like we are assuming they will in 2025, we will see an increase in similar improvements, hopefully.
And that brings us into co-ops. What to know? What the heck is a co-op? I thought is this like 3 people that own a house? What is it?
No, so a co-op, wow. So a co-op is short for cooperative housing. So when you buy a co-op home, you actually don't own it. You own shares in the home. So so when you buy a co-op home, you don't technically own the home. Instead, you buy shares in the corporation that owns the property.
Whoa.
Yeah. So this came to mind to me just because I was in Washington. Brian's sister is selling her co-op apartment in Seattle. It's in Capitol Hill. It's super cute. It has really great views. You could see literally the Space Needle from her window.
Wow,
Third
cool.
level. It has parking. It's like shared parking. But still, like, to have that in Seattle is really nice. And she had it listed for maybe 4 months, and it just still hasn't sold, which is discouraging to her because she doesn't live there anymore, kind of stressed out, which I feel bad. But yeah, so I wanted to talk to you guys today about co-ops. And again, you don't own the property, so it kind of sucks. And it's not really popular here in Arizona. I don't know about Washington. I think it's whatever. I won't talk about Washington because I have no idea about it. But I know in Arizona that they're pretty rare. So I will share my screen with you. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
You're fine. We're going to edit, remember?
Yeah, stressing out. I'm just kidding.
Don't be stressed.
Okay, so you can see my screen here.
Let me pull it up real quick. Stand by. There we are. And I'll get out of the way.
Okay. So these are all the co-ops in Arizona that are available. It's 35.
Not a bunch.
Yeah, not a lot at all. So you could see that they range from $90,000 to $615. Is that right?
And that's what I was thinking too, is that it would be like a building, like an apartment, right?
Yeah, it's usually an apartment. This is a townhome. This is the one I'm more familiar with. It's in Scottsdale, 85257. I used to live around here, so that's why I know it so well. But this was a townhome, and they're fine, but they could range from like 1-1s to 3-2s. And the advantage is that basically, it's cheaper than a condo. Because what's a condo in Scottsdale worth? So say a 3-2 townhome in Scottsdale would probably be like $450. This is $232. It's way cheaper than buying a condo. Yeah. But so the thing is that it's cash too. So I mean, yeah, so that's a really big drawback as well. So basically the homes in a co-op are owned by the cooperative, and a co-op is essentially a nonprofit organization complete with like a board of directors, and each resident is a shareholder. So co-ops are kind of like highly interactive, and anyone living in one helps govern and maintain the community pretty much. But you still have HOA fees, which take care of the normal things. And HOA would take care of like garbage, water, sewer, and stuff like that. And they're usually like this one, they're pretty relatively the same as what it would be for a normal condo. So this one,
scroll down just a little bit,
is $454.
Okay.
I mean, that's a kind of a normal HOA amount in Scottsdale. But yeah, I personally would not recommend a co-op just because of all the disadvantages. Like this, co-ops are going to be on market longer because who could, afford a $200,000 all cash paid place? And, if you have $200,000, you could definitely just put that as a down payment and actually own a place.
Right. Right.
It's not beneficial at all. So I've never actually dealt with anyone that wanted to buy a co-op. I know like people have sent me like these homes and I'm like, hey, I just warn them like it's a co-op, tell them what it is. And usually they're like, okay, I want nothing to do with that, which is good. And like for me as an agent, I always look for, the best investment for my clients and tell them all the resale flaws first and foremost. Like if I wouldn't buy a house, like I tell them I wouldn't buy it, like this would be a resale flaw buying a co-op and just other things like if it's not a co-op, if it's back to a main street, if there's like sometimes the homes have like telephone poles, which is completely fine, but like in front of their house, birds land on it, they sit there, birds get all over the sidewalk. And I don't think a lot of people think of those things. But me dealing with it a lot with like looking at homes and stuff, I try to remind people of like those small itty bitty things. So hopefully it sells for her, but like I just feel bad because she's lived in it for 15 years.
Okay.
She's built equity in it. It's probably different from Arizona to Seattle. You might see more in Seattle. I have no idea. But at the same time, I always tell my clients like, hey, you know what? Like, are you actually losing money? And no, you're not. You're losing equity that you've built, which still sucks. But at the same time, you're not really losing money. She's on the third level, the highest level, which is great because she has great views. But the whole thing is like their washing machines not in the unit, but it's in the community. There's like a communal laundromat, which sucks too. Like even here, communal laundry mats suck.
Yeah.
Right. Like if it's on site in a community, and no elevator. So you have to walk up a flight of stairs, which sucks.
Yeah.
But
carrying stuff upstairs.
yeah, people would at a certain price, that would be okay for people. I think she just has to come down a little bit on the price, and that's all you could really do if she's not making upgrades or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I wouldn't recommend her to do. Yeah, that's
All
all
right.
I have for you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Bye.